Last time on Virginia Football, the building of a program.
The first meeting with Coach London was a breath of fresh air. We sat down, he said we needed a fullback. Wheels started turning in my head, and I'm like, I played in the high school, I can do that job again.
He said, I want to be a fullback, and for a linebacker to volunteer hey, I want to do this, that says something.
You're going to be graded on the scrimmage. And this is how you move up in the depth chart. You understand? You're going to be graded on the scrimmage, so I want to be focused when we come in here. It's game day. What I told Matt when we found out he was going to have surgery, I told him, listen, you've got to focus. Every day in practice, you've got to focus.
Lifting and doing all the conditioning and stuff, and just trying to lead by example and get other guys to follow.
They want to play, and if I can help them achieve their dreams and do it safely and keep them healthy, and we've made the right decision for their best interest, then I can sleep at night.
Taking it to the Terps again tonight. Turner takes the snap, gets hit hard as he unloads the football. What a hit by John Kevin Dulce.
Number 59, John Kevin Dulce, was one of the players who looked at Mike London's hiring as a fresh chance on the field.
It was awesome. He was the face that I already knew from a year or two ago, and it was good to be in a room with somebody that I was comfortable with, and he just spoke to me about where I was going to be playing, and being back down on D-line is going to be awesome.
London's vision of a fast, aggressive defense meant a change in technique for the fourth-year defender.
Primarily spring ball, I played 3-tech, and they still want me to learn every position on the D-line, and I'm excited for it.
We practiced with Kevin Dulce, who was never a 3 technique, and he ended up being a 3 technique. He was more of a nose in the 3-4. So these guys, it was a learning process in that these guys weren't used to getting up the field. They were more of a sit-back, read football team, and we want them to move on the football. We want them to get up the football field, and these guys bought into it. They had a lot of fun doing what we're doing.
Basically, I line up on the edge of the guard, just attacking, just with our defense, with a 4-3 defense. We're going to be attacking that gap, and primarily a B-gap player, and just blowing up the guards.
As spring practice wound down, Dulce received an unexpected honor as London announced the team's captains.
It was kind of a surreal feeling, just because they, in order how it went was they called Rosai, then they called Mark, and then the next thing they called was number 59, John Kevin Dulce, and my heart kind of dropped. And it was just, everything slowed up for me, and it was just a real great feeling. My heart started pounding, and ran out there, and I'm just going to grab the bull by the horns and try to lead my team.
All those captains have been doing great. I've been impressed by all of them. The leadership roles have been incredible this offseason. These guys are focused. They have goals already set for our guys. Those guys have already had a mindset and a goal to change something of this program.
The captains get to meet with Coach London on a regular basis, and we talk about the angle that we want to take with everything, whether it's the weight room, whether it's the studies in the classroom, and the captains this year, we've really taken a special interest in everyone's interest, whether it is the weight room or the classroom, and we've had an opportunity to handle study halls on our own, and in the weight room, just lead some young guys and put some young guys in position where they're able to lead as well.
Dulce has also grown into a leader of another kind. He's the head of a growing family.
A year ago, I proposed to my fiance, Ruby Thomas, and 2 years ago, we had a daughter together. Her name's Pearl Marie Dulce, and she's the best thing that's ever happened to me. She's the smartest thing watching her from day to day, it's awesome. Especially how she came into the world. They told me that she wasn't going to make it. She was born stillborn, and she beat the odds, and she's really, really smart, so it's awesome. I think the football program helped me find myself as a father, as a student, and as a man, just because, I mean, I was a football player before I was a father. I was a football player before I was a fiance. I was a football player for I guess as long as I can remember now. But it's all helped me together. Football is really preparing us for real life. I graduated in 3.5 years, and right now I'm in a program in the Philly School, and hopefully going to apply to the higher education program in a year or so, possibly get a master's in higher education. Coming to the University of Virginia, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, I feel like, and that's what my mom has always told me, is take my academics seriously, and that's what I had to do, and I think all the guys who get an opportunity to come here should take it that seriously as well.
When I was looking at universities and found out that I had received Access UVA, that really took the burden of financing my education off of my shoulders and allowed me to be a normal student. Access UVA is the University of Virginia's financial aid program. I've received one of the best educations in the world, and I'm really grateful for how UVA has set me up to enter the workforce. Without Access UVA, I would have never come to the University of Virginia, and I would have missed out on the best 4 years of my life.
The Virginia Athletics Department annually invites students from across the state to write an essay in conjunction with the spring game. This year's subject was, how do the qualities of good sportsmanship help with my everyday life? On a perfect spring day, the Cavaliers host the winning author, 12-year-old Megan Mezzatenta, for a football game with the players.
I won an essay contest about how qualities of good sportsmanship relate to everyday life.
He's smart.
I'm here to play a 45-minute game with the players on the football team.
Y'all ready to play some football?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Megan demonstrates good sportsmanship by inviting kids from nearby Hope Community Center to come and enjoy her day. As play begins, team leader Razai Dowling becomes the day's unofficial host.
Come on, play the game, play the game. We having fun. Get the block over here, Will. Oh, we gotta play defense. We gotta play some D now.
Kids get to feel like players. The players have the chance to act like kids.
Oh, touchdown! Touchdown! Oh!
And the day's unofficial host meets the day's unofficial coach.
We need a completion. We need some people to go along, like the taller people.
You run on this side, and you run on that side.
And make sure you be watching the ball so you can actually catch it.
All right.
But the star of the day is author Megan Mezzatenta on a winning play that couldn't have been scripted any better.
Oh, man! We might need to add you on the team. Y'all part of the team. Megan. No. Megan.
There she go.
You gotta come in the middle, you gotta come in the middle, you gotta break it down. What you wanna break it down on?
Who's on 3?
I know y'all hungry.
While most of the university still slumbers, the football team rises with the sun. It's not yet 6 a.m., time for the last practice of spring. With a new team, a new coach, and a new approach, spring has been the start of Virginia's season of rebirth. For new head coach Mike London, spring football was his chance to win over his players, the first step toward building a winning program.
Hey, Zane, you practice Wednesday? Oh, I didn't know it. You must not have made any plays. My bad. My bad. Wrap him up! That's good thumb, and wrap him up right there.
London has shown himself to be a fiery-willed coach, capable of lifting his team without putting them down. A tactician and a teacher, a motivator and a mentor.
Listen, Billy, get over there, get in position. You side glance, get over here, get in position and butt him up. Let's go. You're a better player than that.
From the first day, Cavalier coaches made it clear that every roster spot must be earned. Nothing would be given. In a sport where talent breeds competition and competition breeds excellence, Virginia looks to accelerate the level of performance.
Just like on every team in every sport, the more good players you have, the more competition you can create, the better your players will be forced to perform every day. And this spring, we saw every single practice the level of play rise because they were competing.
No position is more crucial to team success than quarterback, and nowhere was competition more important than under center.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
You can't even get a ball snap, Ross. Stay in there and get the snap.
There were some periods in that first practice or two where the balls were hitting that new orange equipment shed out there that made us all kind of put our heads down. But we understand that offense takes work. It takes discipline. It takes everyone working together and trusting each other.
Game experience gave fifth-year senior Mark Verica the trust of his teammates and a leg up on the starting quarterback job when spring practice began.
Mark spent a lot of time working his throwing mechanics, working his footwork, and being disciplined. And so he really came out of the spring ahead.
Nice decision, Mark. Nice decision.
The spring was very positive, not only for me, but for the entire team and for the offense. Just day to day, I was focused on going out there and making the correct reads and making the right throws, and I think we all handled it well. I think Ross and Mike also did a great job, especially considering how young they are. So I was very pleased with the spring, and now I'm excited to kind of take that momentum into camp and take my game to even another level before the season starts.
Verica must raise his game when he takes to the air, with freshmen Michael Strauss and Ross Matheny waiting in the wings. But game experience can be a priceless advantage.
One of the hardest things in football, I think, is for a young quarterback to come in and defeat a guy who has experience. That being said, if a guy has the ability to do something and will work at it, he's got that chance.
It's up to Ross Matheny and Michael Strauss and all the other incoming quarterbacks to pull their level up to where they can match Mark's knowledge, and then when they get on the field and get a chance to make the play or make the throw, then they have to do it.
Regardless of who's throwing the ball, spring practice proved there would be talented hands on the receiving end of those passes.
Bro, that's it. Good catch. Good catch. Good catch. Good gracious. Y'all catching everything.
Last fall, Tim Smith exceeded expectations by breaking into the starting lineup as a true freshman. This spring, expectations were higher, challenges greater, and the learning curve steeper.
He had some struggles this spring. He had some struggles. And I think the great thing about Timmy is every time Rasai would line up in front of Timmy, it was a battle. There were days where Rasai, he had Timmy for lunch. And there were days where Timmy made plays on Rasai, and I think it made Timmy better.
Nice spot. There you go, Tim. There you go, Tim. Good job.
Where Tim Smith makes big plays with speed, Matt Snyder relies on effort and determination.
He just works. He come out there like he got a chip on his shoulder. He always got something to prove. He's a walk-on, and he worked himself from the bottom all the way up.
After years of paying his dues as a walk-on, a standout performance during the spring earned Matt a scholarship.
Matt came in and said, Coach, if I did enough to warrant you considering me for a scholarship, I appreciate the consideration. Well, not only did he do enough, he made catches, he made plays, he's involved in special teams. He never said boo, he just put his head down and went to work.
He's one of the hardest workers I've ever seen, if not the hardest worker. I really think he's going to surprise some people this year, and I think he's going to get some playing time, and I think he's going to make big plays for us.
Since the days when Mike London was defensive coordinator, defense has been the Cavaliers' most consistent strength. But with a new defensive scheme and a number of position changes during the spring, Consistency was dogged by uncertainty.
There was all kinds of changes. You know, we had a hard time even getting lined up the first day.
Hey, get a little bit more splits in there. That's it.
Wide! Wide call, please. Head in the A gap and feet moving here. Feet moving here.
On the ball, do it again. On the ball, do it again.
There's a lot of position changes, so I don't care how many mistakes we make, as long as you're going as fast as you can.
Run! Come on, run! I've told you guys from day one, you see an opening, take it. Don't be passive players. Nice job. You see an opening, take it. That's how we're gonna win. We're gonna be aggressive. We're gonna go get people. We're not gonna sit back and react.
For a unit that was in a hurry to get faster, number 26, Laroy Reynolds moved from safety to linebacker, provided the defense with an instant speed boost, and earned Reynolds a starting job.
He's an energetic guy, so when he comes from being a safety to a linebacker, he's more of running downhill in the 4-3 defense, so that really fits him. He like to hit. He just want to get to the ball.
Come on, downhill! You're in a great position right there, right? Let's go, here we go, let's go.
Well, we made quite a bit of progress through spring practice, and we got about the same amount more to go. We're about halfway there. Luckily, we're not playing the first day of August.
Coming out of spring practice, we wanted to make sure that we established a level of competitiveness. We wanted to identify who those playmakers are, the ones that we have to accentuate during the season. I mean, where are our weaknesses? You know, where are our strengths? These guys want to do well. I mean, no one wants to throw an interception or get beat deep. But if you keep saying, don't get beat deep, don't throw an interception, then they start playing not to win. I think coming out of spring, the emphasis has been on just turn it loose, play fast, be aggressive, have fun. And when you do that, then you have a chance. And all we want is just to give ourselves a chance.
In the spring practice, okay? 15 practices in, you've done a good job, all right? You've done a good job. You got a ways to go. You've done a nice job getting better. But I believe in you guys. You got to believe in yourselves. Turn this thing around and get it going.
4, 4, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's only fitting that a new look team would be getting a new look. But while the Cavaliers' uniforms are new, the look is a classic.
These are technologically improved uniforms. They're built to take the water away from our skin, which means they won't be as heavy. You won't notice them as much later in the game. They're lighter and they're comfortable. It's a more traditional look for us.
That all orange would be crazy.
Remember how we talked about changing around here, okay? About doing different things, about how we were going to approach this season, our mindset. We talked about you guys' uniforms. Before I show anybody out there what our uniforms are like, I'm gonna show my guys first. We wanna go orange on orange, or we wanna go blue on blue, or white on white, or whatever it is. The combinations are different. We wanna be a first-class team around here. We're gonna look like it, we're gonna play like it, like the signs say right there, we'll act like a champion and play like a champion, but we're gonna have the best of the best uniforms around here, right? Okay, that's good, man.
After the new uniforms received the approval of the locker room, the team unveils their new look to the Cavalier Nation.
Want to make sure these guys have an opportunity that we go out on the field to show that we're first class and show that we take pride in our appearance. I just showed it to the team. You know, they were the first ones to see it, and they were all jacked up and excited. We want to make sure what we wear represents you well. I'm a caretaker and I'm a servant because I serve the student athletes in which I'm in charge of and the coaches and their families. I'm a caretaker of this university's reputation in the academic and athletic arenas. But I want everyone to know that I can't do this by myself. I need the help of the fans, the students. I need the help of the community, the administration, coaches, and players. I need the help of everyone.
Behind the legs of place kickers such as Connor Hughes and Chris Gold,
Virginia has won 9 games by 3 points or less in the last 5 seasons. Fans should expect that trend of close games to continue in 2010.
There'll be 3 games this year that will be settled by 3 points or less, and that's true of every college football team as you go. And if you win those 3 games, then you're probably in a bowl game. And if you lose those 3 games, you're probably watching it.
Hey, Kabine, here we go. Field goal, let's go, field goal. Let's go. Get your leg into it, get your leg into it. That's it, good kick, good kick. Good, right there, good spacing. Read the hat, good.
Anthony Poindexter's worked with the special teams in the past as the assistant special teams coordinator. He's the head guy now. He's our position coach. I love him. He's got, he's got the kicker mentality to where he'll hate to hear me say that, but.
Hey, kickers, come here. Come here, hey, that's good work for the first day. We're gonna go with some guys against us, all right? Don't get down on yourself, fellas. I don't care if you make a miss. Just keep swinging. Good work today, boys.
As with many of the positions on the team, starting jobs on the kicking units are up for grabs.
It's always been a competition since I got here. Every season, every rep really. I've gotten kind of used to competing, which has definitely raised my ability.
Hinkabine's kicking long one's extremely good. He's got an extremely strong leg. Rob and Drew are very accurate and very smooth.
My power on field goals is pretty good. I get great height on the ball and I have pretty decent distance, but I think my accuracy could definitely improve in terms of being a competitor for that starting job. As far as field goal goes, we're looking to make kicks and we're looking to block kicks. So it's competitive.
Field goals, we want to be automatic inside the 40, so just trying to get some passion drawn up for that and some guys excited about playing on special teams.
Along with snapper Danny Aiken and place kickers Robert Randolph, Chris Hinkabine, and Drew Jarrett, a familiar face from the sidelines suited up this spring as a holder. Jacob Hodges, a former football manager, walked onto the team during open tryouts. Hodges proved more than capable, and he's now in the hunt for the starting job.
Let's get these snaps and holds down today, man. We need points on these kicks now.
Go, this is for the game. Nice job. There we go, nice job.
When Mike London was introduced as Virginia's head coach on December 7th, he talked about the importance of needing everyone's help to build the program. London started that process by making connections at the university level.
Coach in today's world has to be the CEO of the program. You're leading a coaching staff, student athletes, but in the overall context of the university, there's so many people that you have to satisfy. There's a lot of people with a lot of expectations. You have to make sure you're connecting with those people, you establish relationships.
I know, having been here before, that there was going to be a lot of, can you come talk to us, can we come see you, can you address this subject or that subject? So there was some anticipation about that, but then until you actually get here and you see just the volume of things that are requested, that are required, does make for a full calendar.
London has taken an aggressive approach in the 7 months since his hiring to meet the fan base and others interested in Cavalier football.
I've started races, I've christened babies, spoke at churches, civic groups, Rotary clubs, Boys and Girls Club, banquets on the banquet tour, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, several different speaking engagements, traveled from Rhode Island all the way down to Florida and parts in between, probably driven all over the state of Virginia and areas of DC, Maryland, North Carolina, several conference phone calls, coaches conventions, BCA, ACC, American Football Coaches Association, helped build an addition onto my house. I could just go on and on and on. That's the least I can do for the program because we're trying to get people out here and support us, and I'm trying to get them out here to support the players.
London has also made community service an important part of his schedule and the schedule of his players.
I worked at the Boys and Girls Club in Richmond, taught latchkey kid programs, things that have kind of tug at the heartstrings from a standpoint of, that's what I did. then if I can, I'll make time to doing that.
In addition to recruiting and administrative oversight of the program, London's responsibilities include monitoring the academic progress and the personal issues of all of his student athletes.
My door stays open all the time for the players. I'm involved in their academics, in the community, what they do when they're not over here at the McHugh Center, because I think that's important to them, that they know that I'm fighting for them with off-the-field issues as well as trying to get them ready with the on-the-field battles. I'm blessed and I'm honored to be here and with the responsibilities of it. Hopefully I've met those responsibilities head on.
Next on Virginia football, the building of a program. Running the 40 and walking the long. Coach London doesn't spend all of his time at the McHugh Center. And Virginia's players find time to go home before summer school begins.